I have a question for you. How many of you know laid-off welders who have gone on to become judges? Well, let me introduce you to Judge Milton Wharton. Last evening, we learned that Milton, an accomplished jurist, decided to investigate going to college only after he had lost his job as a welder. Remember as a child when playing the lifeboat game? 8 people are on a lifeboat that's designed to hold 6. Which 6 stay, which 2 go. The game prompts the wonderful but endless discussion of the value of one's ability to contribute to the lives of others. Is it more valuable on a lifeboat to have a carpenter or a doctor, a sailor or a psychologist, a welder or a judge? As adults, we all know there are no easy answers to such questions, but we all know that those questions do have to be answered on a daily basis. How do you value a life? Is such a concept even tenable, given our inability to predict human behavior in the future? I'd be very interested to have that conversation with Judge Wharton. Interested because he's such a thoughtful person who is passionate about justice, a person who is a champion of human dignity, and a person who does not take any life for granted. As a judge of the 20th Judicial Circuit in Illinois, which includes St. Clair, Monroe, Perry, Randolph, Washington counties, Milton Wharton has presided over cases that would reduce most of us to tears and cloud our ability to think clearly. Yet he is a judge who is known for his sense of justice and compassion. Over 20 years ago, he created CASA, for example, the court-appointed special advocates program, to assure that children who had already suffered abuse and neglect would not be further compromised as they made their way through the court system. It's just one example of how Milton's unwillingness to accept injustices has been translated into action that will give other people another chance to thrive. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pride that I introduce our next inductee from the School of Business, Judge Milton Wharton.
Whenever I receive an award, I'm often, plagued by the thought that whenever someone is honored, they should be given an opportunity to give the award to whomever they feel really deserves it. And I'm happy to say that there are some people here who I would really like to recognize for their inspiration to me. Our fraternity, which is Kappa Alpha Psi Incorporated, is well represented tonight. You've heard from Dr. Gordon Bush, who was the prior recipient of the Hall of Fame Award. Also, I'm happy today to have 7 members of our undergrad chapter who are students here at SIU. Would you young men stand, please? Thank you. Also, I have here our president, Mr. Kevin Riggs. Mr. Riggs, would you stand? And one of my classmates who graduated with me, who started out at the East St. Louis chapter, East St. Louis campus in East St. Louis, cleaning out businesses and classrooms, Mr. Johnny Campbell. It's significant that he's here because Mr. Campbell had a dream. He wanted to be a CPA. I'd never even heard of a CPA, but he had the dedication to fulfill that dream, and he's now a CPA with his own firm. So I try to tell the young men here, never give up on your dream. You have a university here that has all the resources you need to fulfill whatever you want to be. If you just have the dedication like Mr. Campbell, you can realize that. And I'd be remiss in not mentioning someone else here who I have a great deal of respect for, Mr. R.J. Krause. He's here with his brother Russell Krause. R.J. is legendary for his efforts on behalf of the underprivileged children of East St. Louis, to give them wholesome opportunities that they can engage in, to get them involved in sporting events. He's been a scout, I think, for Missouri University. Maybe we ought to, since we're Division I, get him involved in SIU. But I'm most proud of these young men sitting here. And I'm proudest because I'm receiving this award from the business school, and the largest business in Southern Illinois is without doubt Southern Illinois University. The second largest business in Southern Illinois is our prison system, to the tune of $1.2 billion. It's a sad statistic that if you look at the numbers, you will find that 60% of the prisoners are young black males. And this figure translates to a situation where we have more African American males under the supervision of the Department of Corrections of the state of Illinois than 69 of 102 counties' populations. We have more African American males in the Department of Correction than 8 combined populations of counties of the state of Illinois. This is tragic. This is something that's unacceptable. This means that our university is already doing a lot, but it also means that we have to do a lot more. It means that we have to take the combined wisdom of all of our schools to put them together in a cohesive plan that can address some of the inequities that exist that are obviously not the fault of anyone here, but at the same time, it's a responsibility for us to do everything we can to alleviate those circumstances, the gap, the level of achievement that exists between what African Americans are achieving and what white students are achieving is scandalous. The fact that you can have a high school just a mile from this very place we're having this August affair, where 60% of the African American students basically fail the Prairie State Achievement exam is unacceptable. So I'm asking you all, each and every one of you, to learn about the problems, to be committed to the issues. But they all revolve around poverty, ignorance to some extent, lack of involvement. I can't fault the university for what it's doing. It's been very involved in East St. Louis. But maybe it takes the combined intervention of all of us also to assist the university in doing a more thorough job in alleviating these issues. I want to thank the Alumni Association for giving me this undeserved award. All I can say is I'll try to take it with the recognition that with it comes a responsibility to do more, to try to be better, to try to help more people. Thank you very much.